Hey YouTube, it's Jaryd and today we're going to be reacting to some Eurovision. Let's do it. Morello cherry. That's good. So before we get started, if you want to keep up to date with all of my reaction videos and whatever I'm going to do next because I get bored, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please and thank you. We are less than 2 weeks until Eurovision starts. So we have semi-final 1 and semi-final 2 on Tuesday the 10th of May and Thursday the 12th of May. And the final will be on Saturday the 14th. Time really does fly. I feel like I was only just starting to react to these and like 40 entries later plus some extra ones, we're here at the end and we're about to start, and it's insane how quickly it's gone. Not that I'm complaining, I am so happy that it's finally come around, but then it just means it's gonna end and then I've got to wait another year until the next Eurovision. I'm not entirely sure if I read it right, but I believe they're going to start putting the rehearsals on TikTok, who is one of the official partners of Eurovision this year, instead of YouTube, how they've done it before. So it'll be like 40 seconds, I guess, of like a clip, and we kind of gauge how they're doing, what they sound like, what they're going to look like. Last year I gave you my predictions and who I thought were going to qualify from the semi-finals, and I did a whole spectacle. I didn't know how to create the scoreboard like every other YouTuber seemed to be doing, so I had to go into Microsoft Paint and create each individual bit and then put it all together, and it was some X Factor meets Eurovision chaotic scoreboard voting system. Instead, I'm just going to run through all of the countries, just give some thoughts and opinions if they've changed since my initial first reaction, and then I'm going to tell you who I think will qualify from each semi-final. And if it's different, my favourites and who I actually want to qualify. So we're going to kick it off with semi-final 1. Performing first, we have Albania. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it on a stage. It was a spectacle of empowerment and helicoptering, and just it was so incredible. And then the revamp only just heightened what I thought of it. Originally, because it was one of the first I had reacted to, I think I pegged it as my winner up until that point because I love the song so much. Now, having looked through all of the entries, I think maybe not so much the winner, maybe it will be top 10, maybe just outside of that, but I do think it's got good chances of going forward. Performing in second place, we have Latvia. Definitely a shock entry with their crude lyrics and their chaotic stage performance, but I do think it is a catchy song. I think they're a delight to watch. Like, it's very light and easy to process. It's colourful, it's camp, it's weird. I think that's all the recipes of a good Eurovision song. While I don't see it winning, I do think it has a chance to go forward. Performing in third place, we have Lithuania. She was giving me Cabaret, she was giving me Liza Minnelli. She's just an absolute delight to watch on that stage with such an entrancing song as well. Whilst I really enjoyed this performance, I'm not sure if it's going to connect with the viewers as much as I want it to, so I'm on the fence about whether this will go forward or not. Performing in fourth place, we have Switzerland. Oh, I'll tell you what, this song grew on me so much. I fell in love with the song and I fell in love with his voice, and I just thought it was really endearing and amazing. And I wasn't the biggest fan of it at first, but, you know, it takes time to love things. Like olives. Saying that, I did compare Switzerland to the success of the past few entries, and I just didn't see this at the same level as that. Whether it'll qualify or not is a different matter, though. Performing in fifth place, we have Slovenia. An underrated entry, I can admit that now. My initial reaction, I drifted off of it. I didn't really see it for me. But looking back, it's a really good song, and I think they sound amazing. Does it stand out to me still? Not in the way I want it to, not in the way I think it would win, but it might surprise you on the night. Performing in sixth place, we have Ukraine. I mean, you all know how much I love Ukraine. I love every single entry they do. To this point, I still haven't heard the original winner of their national final, so I can't speak to the controversy that surrounded that. But this song is just class in a glass. Following from the past few entries, we've got a beautiful mix of traditional and modern that's just come together, and it just represents their country so loyally. Whilst I love Ukraine and whilst I love this entry, I don't see this song as a winner specifically. According to the odds, it could potentially be the winner. I think if people love this song so much and it connects with them as the best song of the night and they vote for it, so be it. It should not win for any other reasons outside of the competition. And I'm saying that as someone who loves their entries every single year. It's a very, very catchy song. The vocals and the music, all spot on. Ukraine have never failed to qualify for the finals, and I don't suspect this will be the first year that they do it, so. Performing in 7th place, we have Bulgaria. I still think it sounds like a level out of Sonic. I can't not hear that. When Sweden won in 2015 with that beautiful staging, the next year we saw a lot of duplicates of staging in the background to try and replicate what they had done. If you want to replicate what Italy won with last year, you need to do what they did, but better. You need to amp it up, make it different. I don't think Bulgaria does that with this song. It's one of the songs from this year's Spotify that I actually skip. Unfortunately, I just don't connect with it. I don't feel anything for it. It also doesn't seem to have left an impression online with the views, with the odds, with anything, so I don't think. Since 2016, Bulgaria was sending hit after hit after hit, and this does not match up to the previous entries that they've sent, so I don't think this song will qualify. Performing in 8th place, we have Netherlands. I mean, my God, what can I say about this song? It's so entrancing, it's beautiful, and her voice is a roller coaster to heaven. I was a bit obsessed with this song when I first heard it, and then I saw the live performance with the red lights and everything, and I lost my shit. There's something so beautifully dark and twisted about her and the staging and the performance, which I really hope we will see at Eurovision. And since my first watch of that music video, I have not been able to stop singing the oohs and ahs everywhere I go. People are sick of me doing it. Whilst I would have no issue with this song winning, I maybe think it will get towards the top, maybe not at the very, very peak. But I think the juries are going to absolutely love this, and I hope that the audiences will as well. I don't think it's a question easily that's got to go through. Performing in 9th place, we have Moldova. Oh, this song just... It murdered me, it really did. It was just so wacky and weird, and I just didn't know where to look, and I felt like the video was 20 minutes long. It was insane. It was a true production, I'll give it that. Similar to Latvia from this year, I think it's quite chaotic and weird, and that's a good recipe for a song, in my opinion. And you need one of these songs in the midst of everything, because there's a lot of jury pleasers, and then this one comes in and it becomes a party on the night, how it should be. I would not be mad at seeing this song qualify. Performing in 10th place, we have Portugal. Oh, I mean, I don't have to say anything. Like, you've seen my reaction to 2 versions of the song, and you know exactly how I feel about it. I would absolutely love to see this go all the way up to the top. I would love to see it there in the final. I hope it connects with people in the way it connects with me and so many others, because it's perfection. It is beauty, and I hope to see it there in the final. Performing in 11th place, we have Croatia. I think I said that she looked like Dua Lipa and she sounded like Taylor Swift. You know, I stripped her identity away unfairly so. The song is the title. It is a guilty pleasure, you know. It's a very, very gentle listen, and it was a distracting stage performance. Performed amazingly, but it was a bit distracting from her song itself. Unfortunately, we have a lot of heavy hitters around it, and I just don't know if this is going to match up to that, so I think this might struggle. Performing in 12th place, we have Denmark. I so do love Scandinavian countries and their entries, but I'm same with Bulgaria. You know, if you're going to duplicate the winning sound from last year, you have to amp up to another level, and this just doesn't go anywhere near what Italy had last year. And though I do think it edges out on Bulgaria, I don't think it's going to edge to that top 10. Performing in 13th place, we have Austria. Okay. I love this song. It is such a bop. It is so fantastic and well produced, and everything about it is amazing. I've not seen any of the live performances from the lead up to Eurovision. I've only seen the comments on the Facebook fan group and how other people describe it. Apparently 1 of 2 entries, quite a similar sound, and they both faulted on the vocals live, which I think I said in my initial video. You know, I think when it comes to songs that are any kind of EDM, house, etc., etc., the vocals sometimes lack what they do in the studio version, unfortunately, because the song is so good and it could do so well if it sounded just like the studio version. If I'm going to be going by what other people say and how they've reacted to it, this song will struggle and it will not qualify. But I hope it does, because this song gets me out of my seat and I'll be dad dancing all night. Performing in 14th place, we have Iceland. Oh, another guilty pleasure. I really do like this song. I think it's so beautiful and gentle, and serenades my eardrums every time it comes on my playlist. But it is not at the same level of the past 3 entries Iceland have sent. It's a different sound, it connects to different people, but when Think About Things was predicted to win 2020, you need to enter something up at that level. They took top 5 the year after with another great song, and this just doesn't seem to go in that direction. And that's the risk you take, and I don't think it's going to pay off for them. We have some strong ballads in this semi-final, and it might cancel this one out. Performing in 15th place, we have Greece. I'm going to say it. I'm going to die on this hill right here, right now. I want to see Greece win. I think it's such a fantastic song. Die Together is an extraordinary entry, and her voice is just butter in my ears. It is a tragic tale that's reminiscent of every past relationship you possibly could have had with anyone ever. There's a truly magical tone to her voice, and she moves me to tears every time I hear her. And I worship the song. I love it. As for getting to the final, no question. I would be happy seeing a top 10, but honestly, anything outside of the top 5, I just think I'll be quite upset about. Performing in 16th place, we have Norway. I don't know if you've seen their social media. They are just trolls. They are absolute nightmares, and I love it. They're like the chaotic cousins that are twins, and they just turn up to your family gathering and they just wreck everything, and they're just like, that's just them, and I'm here for it. Weird lyrics, weird concept, weird costumes, it's just a bop, and I think that works so well in their favour, and I can easily see them sail through, and I reckon they'll do very well. And finally, performing 17th place, we have Armenia. Oh, my little of monsters and men. I really do like the song. I don't feel like my opinion of it has changed. I've kind of stayed mellow with it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just there for me. I would be happy seeing it in the final because I think it's a good song. But I just don't see star power and putting it at the top. So that's it for semi-final 1. Only those countries will be able to vote for themselves, plus France and Italy from the Big 5. The UK get no power in this. We have no say unless I were to fly out on the Tuesday and then vote. Basically, the power lies with you, so please don't let me down. A lot of my favourites are here. So before I make my decision, I just want to say that this is before the rehearsals have taken place. I don't know what they're going to be like on the stage, how their staging's going to be, so this is based off of my first impression, my listens up to now. Without further ado, let's go. Okay, there are 17 songs, and only 10 will be able to qualify, so we will say goodbye to 7 of these entries. I'm gonna overthink it because I'm a Scorpio and I do that. I'll start off by saying the songs I think 100% are going to qualify. No question about it. They will go through. They will be there in the grand final. No ifs, buts or whats. These songs will go through. I'm going to go with Albania, Ukraine, Netherlands, Greece, and Norway. Oh gosh, that's already 5 of my 10. Do you see how it just goes so quickly? Okay. Oh gosh, maybe it'll be better if I chop. Should I chop? I'm gonna chop. Okay, I think I'm going to say goodbye to Bulgaria, Denmark, Croatia, and Iceland. Okay, I have 8 left. I've got to pick 5 out of 8. Okay, I can do this. Woo! Oh my god! Because it gives me all of the feels, I have to say yes to Portugal. And as a vegetarian, it would be entirely awkward of me if I didn't put through Latvia. Okay, I've got 6 left and 3 more. Do you know what? I'm going to say Armenia as well. Wait. It always gets tricky towards the final ones. That's when it's like we're literally grasping at straws here. But this is who I think are going to qualify, not who are my favourites, necessarily. I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to say... I think Armenia as well. I think. 2 more. Come on, you can do this. Oh, that's some good Morello, yo. Do you know what? We've had people sing out of tune before and they've qualified, so I'm just going to say, regardless of whether it was a good performance or not, I think Austria might qualify. Oh no, I didn't realise I had that left. Okay, this is so bad. I think for the final spot, it's probably going to go to either Switzerland or Moldova. With Switzerland, we have stronger ballads in the semi-final, but they're all female singers, so he might have the edge there. And then with Moldova, we have Latvia and Norway giving us all of that chaos that we so enjoy. Okay, I'm going to say that the 10th spot will be Moldova. Oh gosh, that was a difficult one. There we have it. Those are my predictions and qualifiers for semi-final one. We have Albania, Latvia, Ukraine, Netherlands, Moldova, Portugal, Austria, Greece, Norway, and Armenia. So the only changes I would make if I was talking about my favourites, I would swap Moldova over for Lithuania. And now we move on to semi-final 2, which have 18 countries participating, because the last one wasn't difficult enough. Performing in first place, we have Finland. Easily the best rock song we have out of all of the entries this year, and it's being delivered to us by a renowned artist who gave us a massive, massive hit 20 years ago. In code, it means the juries might love them, but the public might not necessarily go for it. I enjoy this song. I think there are different levels to it which stand out from a lot of the other rock songs this year, but it does not meet what Finland sent last year, and that might not work in its favour. All in all, I'm not too fussed, but I wouldn't be mad if they qualified. Performing in second place, we have Israel. Okay, so I listened to the revamp of this, and it sounds much better. You know, slight tweaks there, but we have more of an ethnic sound during the chorus. So there is no denying that this song categorically is a bop. I can actually see all of the drag queens and musical theatre students adding this to their setlist when they perform in the nightclubs. But when you strip back the production of everything, we have quite a self-indulged pop song performed very flamboyantly, and sometimes that does not go down well on the stage unless you've got something to back it up with. So when we look at Ukraine 2007, which was Dancing Lasha Tambai, or we look at Rise Like a Phoenix 2014 Austria, they were both also flamboyant and camp, and it could have gone either way, and we did see a lot of pushback against those songs, but there were chops behind each one. Ukraine had a powerhouse bop, which was just undeniably on another level. And then for Austria, Conchita's voice is just phenomenal. I don't see either of those two in this specific entry. And whilst I do enjoy the song and whilst I love listening to it, I feel like we may see a struggle to qualify with this one. Performing in third place, we have Serbia, the entry that has had everybody talking. It has entertained people, it has confused people, it has upset people. It truly is the IQ test entry of this year, because every time you go back to it, you're learning something new and it's really making you go beneath the layers. This song really is the dark horse out of the entire year, not because I think it's going to win, or it might not even qualify because people don't really understand what it's about, but it's got people talking, and that goes beyond what this trophy will represent. In 2010, do you think a lot of people were really talking about Germany winning with Satellite, or do you think they were talking about a guy that was just playing sax and being epic? It's a very clever entry, it's brilliant satire, and I do encourage you to kind of keep looking back on the music video and seeing what you find, because every time I check my comments, people have come up with all of these theories and opinions, and it really does make you think, and I just love that in my entry. Whilst I personally love this entry, I'm not sure if Europe are going to get it, so we may see a struggle here. I hope not. Performing in fourth place, we have Azerbaijan. So we have moved on from Effendi's biographical pieces of strong women throughout history, and we've landed on this entry. I will say Azerbaijan only send quality entries. It's a high caliber song. Based off of my first listens to it, I thought Nadir's voice was just absolutely insane, and I think, he's really going to take to that stage when he performs. I just feel like maybe 2/3 of the song don't quite take you there as hard as that third does. The final part of the song is really where we get the magic and really where we see, wow, that's spectacular. And I feel like we're not getting that towards it's a bit of a slow build up there. Could potentially be a qualifier, but maybe towards the bottom of the scale. Performing in fifth place, we have Georgia. Yeah, I didn't really get this entry at all. It was weird because it was like, it didn't really seem like it wanted to win, but then it's also, maybe that was the beauty of it. I would be lying to you all if I said that I had not been humming this song a few times. It does kind of get locked in your brain. The song's called Lock Me In. But we only have 10 spots this year, and there are 18 entries in this semi-final. I don't think it's left the impression that it's wanted to. Performing in sixth place, we have Malta. Having changed their entry 162 times, they have finally landed on their song, and I just don't think it has the chops to get through. For all intents and purposes, Emma's voice is amazing, beautiful. If she had a song that really showed that potential, just qualify easy, 100%. Unfortunately, the studio version of this song doesn't show that, and it also does not match up to the past few entries we've had from Malta. This time last year, everybody was talking about how Jumakas was going to win. Nobody's talking about this entry like that, so I feel like maybe might not qualify. Performing in seventh place, we have San Marino. I've said it with the previous rock songs. I will say it again with this. I know he has his own identity, but you know, it's kind of, it duplicates the sound, the style, the look, everything of Italy winning last year. And you know, they're neighbours, so it comes with the territory. It was a bit of a racy performance, you know, there was a bit of steam there, but if you're gonna have a song called Stripper, you need to see some pants going flying off. If Bucks Fizz can do it, you can do it. But again, we have 10 spots to fill, and I just don't think stripping's going to cut it. Performing in 8th place, we have Australia. Gutted that Australia didn't qualify last year. I really wanted them to with Technicolor. I really enjoyed the song, and it's unfortunately ruined their record of qualifying to the final, so it's just Ukraine now. Sheldon's voice is just insane. You know, it's easily one of the best this year. Potentially it could be top 3. What lacks for me is, I guess, the song. Because the performance and the song, it just feels a bit self-indulgent, similar to Israel. It just kind of seems centered around this person, and if it connects to other people, that's great, that's fantastic, but I feel like you can't, because it's so dramatic and it just feels like it's forced and it doesn't quite push out. And while I think, you know, there should be like a whole package to an entry to qualify, I think the voice is so phenomenal it might just push him through. Performing in 9th place, we have Cyprus. Definitely a stripped back sound for Cyprus after the past few pop princesses we've had. We've had Fuego, Replay, El Diablo. This doesn't quite go that direction, but I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. I actually really enjoy the song, but I've only seen the studio version. I don't know what she's going to sound like live. I don't know what the staging is going to be like, so I don't have a grasp of whether it will qualify or not. I wouldn't be mad if it did. Performing in 10th place, we have Ireland. Okay, in my initial reaction, I was incredibly harsh on this entry, unfairly so. My reaction was to her live performance on The Late Late Show, which that specific video that I watched, I kind of lambasted it because I just wasn't a fan of the singing, the staging, I wasn't feeling it for me. But when I go back and I watch the studio version and that intro comes in, I'm like, oh my god, this is a bop. And that's what I wanted to see. That's what I got. That's the kind of package I wanted. And I just didn't get that in the live performance that I reacted to. I've been assured countless times on the Facebook group that, oh, that staging, that was just in the Late Show. It's not going to be like that at Eurovision. It's going to be completely different. And I sincerely hope that's the truth, because I do think there is something there. And the studio version of the song is actually pretty great. But we're not sending music videos to Eurovision, we're sending live performances. So, it might be a non-qualifier. Performing in 11th place, we have North Macedonia. Circles was what I described as a song off of Ella Henderson's album, but it would be one that wouldn't be released. It would be there at number 9 or 10, and you just go past it, and sometimes you might skip it. And that's not what we should be doing. We should be sending the lead single to Eurovision. We should be sending Ghost. And whilst it is a drastic improvement over the past 2 years that we've had from North Macedonia, it doesn't quite hit how Proud did. So I don't think this will qualify. Performing in 12th place, we have Estonia. The Cowboy song. Really enjoyed the song and the performance. Visually, it looked really good. I think it's quite catchy. He's got a great voice. I feel like this is a good qualifier. Performing in 13th place, we have Romania. This song is not getting as much attention as I thought it would have. Unfortunately, it does fall in the shadow of Spain, you know, who are straight in the final anyway. I would like to see this song qualify. I think it's a catchy song. It's very sexy, but we might get a bit of pushback here. Performing in 14th place, we have Poland. Incredible voice, amazing. He sounds so good. The R's of the song are a bit reminiscent of Duncan Lawrence, but I'm not going to talk about plagiarism there. What lacked for me was the staging of the song. It was a bit and the song itself lyrically is not the strongest. Similar to Australia, I do think that his voice will push him through to the final. I do think that River is a better song than Not the Same. Performing in 15th place, we have Montenegro. I really love this song. I love her voice as well. Music video was very haunting as well. I really like that. Points for that. I've listened to her cover in different languages and it just sounds so much better, and I wish that she would send one of those instead of just in English. And if I'm to believe what I've read in the Facebook group, unfortunately the live performances didn't go down so well, so I think this may be a non-qualifier. Performing in 16th place, we have Belgium. A very underrated entry. Not a lot of people are talking about this, but his voice is insane. No song slaps R&B this year like Miss You. You know, it's a standout in that sense. And his voice is just so pure and soulful. Like, I really do want to see him qualify with this. But it's not being hyped up as much as some other songs, so Could go either way. Performing in 17th place, we have Sweden. They've done it again. Sweden really don't want to let you down at Eurovision, do they? Cornelia's performance at the national final was transcendent. It was beautiful, it was stripped back, it was raw, and it's just such a wholesome entry. Very anthemic as well, makes you just want to scream it out every time you hear it. I can see why it's the favourite to win, and you know what, if it won, I wouldn't be mad about it because I do think it has a chance. I can't imagine this song not being in the top 5, and I probably would be upset if I saw it outside of that. And finally, performing 18th place is Czech Republic. So this was the other song I was talking about in semi-final 1. When I said about Austria there were 2 songs. I do prefer Halo to Lights Off. It hits harder and I just enjoy it more as a song. That being said, I do like Lights Off. I think it is a very good entry, especially for Czech Republic. People have dismissed it as technical issues, but if that's happened at every single live performance, then there's nothing to stop me thinking this will happen on the stage on the actual night. So whilst I do like the song, might struggle. No, my phone died. It happens. So that's semi-final 2. All of those countries will be able to vote, including Germany, Spain, and the UK from the Big 5. Yay! 18 entries this time, only 10 can go through, so I don't think I'm going to struggle as much with this one. A lot of my favourites are in semi-final 1, but famous last words. Let's go! Same as last time, I'm going to pick the songs I think categorically 100% are going to qualify. And that is Australia, Poland, and Sweden. To make it easier, let's go to the chopping block, get rid of the songs that may not have a chance to qualify this year. I'm going to go with Georgia, Malta, San Marino, Ireland, North Macedonia, and Montenegro. I really just said axe them all. I'm going to put through Azerbaijan. I do think it is a high quality entry. I'm also going to put through Belgium. Undeniable vocals that will definitely fit in well in the final. I'm going to give Eurovision viewers the benefit of the doubt and assume they are smart enough to know that Serbia deserves to go through to the final. She is the moment. Now come on now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and I've got 4 left. Okay. Oh. I'm going to put Cyprus through. I really enjoy that song, actually. So there. I'm also going to add Estonia and Romania. I think they both add their own unique flavours to the competition, and I would like to see them in the final. 9 already, look how far we've come. I've only got 1 spot left, and there are 3 songs that I've not marked. I have Finland, Israel, and Czech Republic. I just praised Finland for being the best rock representation this year, and it would be weird to not have a single rock song there. So, Israel is a bop, it's undeniable. You know, it will get people up and dancing, even if it is a little bit on the self-indulgent side. Czech Republic is a bop, but it is a risky bop because we don't know if it's going to go down well. And there's going to be that moment during the song when all the lights go off, it'll be like, doo, doo, doo. That'll look so sick, that'll be great. But can I excuse them for poor vocals? It's such a shame because I actually enjoyed these last 3 songs. I listened to all of them on my playlist, so I'm not going to be happy to lose any of them, really. But at the same time, I don't think any of these 3 remaining songs have it to win, necessarily even to reach the top 10, so it's not the biggest loss for me, but still. Okay, I'm just going to go with my gut. I'm going to say Finland will get that last spot, I think. Yeah, no, Finland, yeah, because I do think it is the best quality of rock representation this year. They are a well-renowned act, and the song was actually pretty good. Which means, sadly, I have to say goodbye to Israel and Czech Republic, which I've just said it's a shame. I do enjoy them. With Israel, we already have Romania and Spain, which give us that spicy dance performance, and it doesn't quite reach that level. And with Czech Republic, the counterpart is Austria, which undeniably is a better song, but vocally, could go either way. So that's the 10 that I predict are going to go through. It will be Finland, Serbia, Azerbaijan, Australia, Cyprus, Estonia, Romania, Poland, Belgium, and Sweden. If I personally were to make any changes about that top 10, I would probably swap Finland with Czech Republic. Just edges it out. Woo! That's your semi-final too, my god. So now I'll take a quick look at the final, where the Big 5 and the winner from last year automatically qualify. For those of you who don't know, the Big 5 are Italy, France, Germany, Spain, and United Kingdom. They automatically qualify for the final because they put the most money into Eurovision, the whole competition. So they get a golden ticket straight through. Bit of debate and controversy about that, like some countries have even dropped out because they think it's not fair. They do put a lot of money in, which keeps the whole thing going. You know, it's it is what it is. Last year, the winner was Italy, so instead of 26 entries, we only have 25 this year. As the winner from last year, Italy have drawn 9th place to perform on the actual night. That's quite early on, but I think it's a high quality song, so I don't think it will affect them too much. At this moment in time, we don't know where France, Germany, Spain, and the United Kingdom are going to perform on the night. In video game terms, they're the boss fights. Some easier bosses than others, but nevertheless. So I'm going to rank these 5 songs where I think they'll place over each other, and then I'll say what my preferences for them are. First up, we have Italy. Very beautiful ballad between the two of them. I really enjoy it. I think it is a high quality entry. I don't think that this entry is as good as the past few years they have sent, and that includes Mahmoud representing in 2019 with Soldi, and he came 2nd place. This is at the bottom of all of them for me, but me saying that it's at the bottom, it's like saying it's the least polished diamond. It's still up there. It's still incredible. I just, in comparison to their previous entries, it doesn't really hit for me. I do prefer some of the other big 5 entries than I do this song. Next up, we have France. A very different kind of sound in an unknown language. It's so mysterious and cult-like. I think it's a brilliant entry. It's a risky one, and I don't see it the same way I saw Voila, because I do think it is a very good direction for them to go in. Next up, we have Germany. So compared to the rest of the big 5, this song, it is my least favourite, and I don't think the quality reaches the rest of them, unfortunately. I'm still going to use video game references. When you say big 5, I imagine power, strong, like unstoppable. This does not describe that. This does not feel big 5 to me. It is a very nice song, but if you put this through the semi-finals, we would be looking towards 9th, 10th to qualify, maybe 11th, and it wouldn't qualify. It's not a standout. However, the rapping segment is absolutely stellar. Better than that in Italy, I actually find. It's one of the best we've seen on Eurovision. Next up, we have Spain. I mean, everybody's talking about Spain. It's just such a sexy number. She's such a good dancer. She's such a good performer. She gives 110, and it's exactly what you think the big 5 should be doing. It's what we wanted from Spain for a long, long time, and, you know, Chanel just delivers it with this entry. Of the 5, probably my favourite. You know, I can't get enough of this song. I just think it hits in all the right places, and it is such a crowd pleaser. And finally, we have United Kingdom. Oh, redemption at last. I genuinely believe that this is the first time since 2009 that they're taking Eurovision seriously. This is exactly what we should have been sending all those years. And whilst we did have some good entries, it just wasn't the full package. And based off of the staging on this could be. This song has the ability to change that narrative that Europe hate the United Kingdom, when this could be everything that we've been waiting for. This could be a top 5 potential. Sam Ryder's vocals are huge. The only thing bigger is his TikTok following. Like, undoubtedly the best voice this year, hands down. So prediction wise, I think we might see something like Italy, United Kingdom, Spain, France, Germany. But if I had my way, it would be Spain, United Kingdom, France, Italy, Germany. Sorry, Germany. United Kingdom, because we've been waiting for this redemption arc our entire lives. Or 13 years. And he has the voice. He is the voice. And Spain, because the performance, the staging, and the song are incredible. I don't want to be biased, but maybe I think it's important that United Kingdom get higher, because we've been waiting for this for so long. I do want to see Slow-Mo do well. I think UK, Spain, emotionally, that's where we need to be, and I'm hoping both in the top 10. France, as much as I love the direction, the song, the staging, I think it's incredible and such a standout. It doesn't quite hit the same way that Voila did. I saw Voila as a potential winner, and it almost did win. I don't quite see this winning, but, you know, top 15 would be absolutely amazing for this. As for Italy, with the hype it's been getting in the streams, the views, the odds, I think it's probably going to reach up towards the top 5. Maybe top 5, top 10. You know, it is a high quality song. That's all Italy ever sent. But I think Italy have sent much better songs in the past. And this year we have much better ballads than Brividi. I'm probably going to incur the wrath of every single Italian and 16-year-old girl that loves Bunko watching this. But I'm sorry, this is, for me, the weakest they've sent since 2018. I think 2019, 20 and 21 were far superior songs. it will most likely do well, but I kind of lean more towards France, Spain, and United Kingdom this year. And as for Germany, I think it's a hit and a miss. You know, I see it bottom 10, maybe bottom 5. It just doesn't reach the level of the other 4 in the big 5, unfortunately. But I Don't Feel Hate, so what do I know? That's it. Those are my predictions, my favourites, and who I think are going to qualify this year for Eurovision. I haven't gone insane just yet, so it's not quite as stressful as last year was, because I didn't have to make that bloody scoreboard. We're going to see a massive shift in all of the odds, and a lot of opinions are going to change. I know mine do. I'll probably do a reaction video after the semi-finals and just like, you know, try and process everything that's going down before the actual final starts as well. But now I want you to tell me, who do you think are going to qualify from semi-final 1 and semi-final 2? I want to see your top 10 lists for both of them. And do you know what? Tell me about the big 5. Tell me where you think they're going to rank on the final between each other. And if you want to, you can tell me who your top 10 favourites are, if they're different from who you predict are going to qualify for the semi-final. Put them down there in the comments. I want to see all your top 10s, and I want you to make a prediction. Tell me who is going to win Eurovision 2022. And as always, I will see you on the next one. Take care, guys.